everybody. This is Dave Walsh with Card Talk, and I am so excited to bring this to you. I have waited and waited to do a saga playthrough because I wanted to play the whole saga live with a friend of mine. It's just something that I was doing personally. And we didn't get through the saga, but we've played everything all the way, including Mount Doom. We haven't beaten Mount Doom yet, but maybe that'll happen during the recording of this playthrough. But I plan to play all 20 saga quests using a Bond of Friendship Hobbit deck. So let me show you my Bond of Friendship Hobbit deck. I call it the Bond of Saga Ship. I'll put a link in the description below. And the funny thing is I'm planning on using this deck for the whole thing. I don't want to switch out heroes. I don't want to switch out the deck. It's something that I like. I know that you're allowed to. The rules of the saga when you're playing campaign is you can switch your deck around. You just can't switch your heroes. And if you lose a hero, you have to incur a +1 threat penalty. I'm hoping to get through the whole saga using just the Bond of Friendship Hobbits for thematic reasons and for just fun reasons, because I do love Hobbits so much. So as we look through my deck, you can see Bilbo. There's some scenarios, including the scenario that we're going to be playing tonight, that Bilbo is going to be phenomenal because he can cancel the threat of something from the very beginning. This is the only hero, Falco, that I was a little concerned about because I like the 2 threat and the 2 attack. And I like that he reduces your threat from the get-go by 5, but Pippin also gives you reliable card draw from the very beginning. So Falco was my only real decision point. Spirit Mary is great for reduction, and then I do have a copy of Thorngill here, and Thorngill can bring the tactics version of Mary in, and if that happens, this version of Mary will have at least 5 attack and likely 6, because for much of the saga campaign you have a Frodo with you. And then of course Sam Gamgee. I love Sam. Sam is one of my favorite heroes of all time. And as you go through the ally list, this is a modified Hobbit deck. I don't use all Hobbits, but I do have several Hobbit-y cards. So, Bill the Pony, of course, Rosie Cotton, Gaffer Gamgee, Odo Proudfoot to help me dig through and get to some of my Hobbits. But I have some of the old tropes, Sneak Attack, Gandalf. I have Honor Guard. I found that if I don't get my Wardens of Healing out, I need to be able to cancel damage. Elrond for condition removal. And then, some of the standard attachments. Daggers that go on Merry to boost him up, or Sam sometimes. Fast Hitch, of course. Fellowship of the Ring. This is good. You can put these fellowship cards, you put it in the ring bearer, and everybody gets +1 willpower. That's going to be really good for Mount Doom, I think, because, and I know I'm foreshadowing, but Mount Doom, you just need to have a lot of willpower really quick. And then the Hobbit Cloak. The Red Book of Westmarch, I love. It really beefs up these hobbits, so you can really do some good questing with the Red Book of Westmarch. I included Frodo's Intuition because I'm running 4 hobbits, so not only will I be able to draw at least 4 cards, but they all get all my heroes get +1 willpower, and that's really good. Sometimes I'll be able to draw 5 cards. Peace and Thought is a really good include in any sort of Bond of Friendship deck because you don't lose as many heroes. And then, of course, the Shire Folk, which I can only use during the Frodo quests, the quests that use Frodo saga hero. I can't use this during the Aragorn quest, so that may be or can be a little bit of a frustration, but nonetheless, that's fine. I may at some point take, this may be the only change I make, is to add another fellowship card here for those events. But this is my deck. The other thing I have that I'm excited to use is my Hobbit campaign log. One of the things that can be very confusing is which boons and which burdens are in play and out of play. So you have to keep track of this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this campaign log for the campaign to keep track of what boons I've earned, what burdens I've earned, what's out of the campaign pool, and what things I've never earned. Okay. And I do have some quest notes here, so that helps. I've only filled in the first 2 quests, because I didn't want to get too far ahead of myself. I guess the thing to do is get started. Okay, so I have set up everything here. Here's the Bond of Friendship and Gandalf's Delay. So Gandalf's Delay makes it so that you only have 5 cards that you have to start with. And then you start with a Black Rider in the staging area. One of the things that I love about the game in general is its theme. And then I will tell you, Caleb designed this to be amazingly thematic. And so that's why I'm playing it, and that's why I'm so excited to bring it to you. So when you're playing the campaign, for anybody who doesn't know, you have these campaign cards. Okay, so the campaign cards will tell you how to set up. Okay, if you're not playing in campaign mode, you don't use the burdens and boons that you're given you. And so you can see it says attach Mr. Underhill to the ring bearer, add Gandalf's Delay to the staging area, shuffle Gildor and Glorian, and the ring draws them into the encounter deck, which I've already done. Okay, so that's where Gandalf's Delay. I put cards that don't really interact in the staging area just off to the side here. Okay, and so you do that at the beginning after you draw your hand. Okay, actually Gandalf's Delay is famous for being the one card that's should be eroded but is not going to be eroded, because the setup on this should happen after you've already drawn your hand, but everybody kind of knows that Gandalf's Delay is designed to just draw you one less card in your opening hand. Okay, so as we go through here, it says set Buckleberry Ferry aside, out of play, add 1 Black Rider to the staging area, and then it says shuffle the encounter deck, which I will just make sure that I do. You can let's see. So I will shuffle. There's no shortcut for shuffling the encounter deck in Octagon. Okay. I like to always shuffle things twice. That's just me being weird. Okay. And so now we have Bag End as the active location. One other thing that I always forget when I'm playing the saga is that Frodo is a hero that I start with, and Falco reduces my threat for 1 for each hero I start with. So I'm actually going to reduce my threat one more, because that's what Falco does. So I have 5 Hobbit heroes, so my threat would normally be 30, but I have 5 Hobbit heroes, so it's down to 25, which I don't think matters too much, but in this particular quest there's some crows that have an engagement cost of 25, which again, isn't horrible, but it's one extra threat. You never know when you're going to need 1 less threat. Okay, so I think I have everything set.
Here, Mr. Bilbo, where are you off to?
I can't stop, I'm already late.
Late for what?
I'm going on an adventure.
I am also now ready to flip the quest card. It says when a player fails a hide test, each Nazgul enemy engages the player that failed the hide test. And so the idea here is that we can't advance unless Bag End is in play, which is neat because it symbolizes Frodo leaving Bag End and starting his quest. Bag End has 3 quest points, and so you don't want to overquest too much. If I could get 1 round without having to worry, because when I flip this, I've played this so much that when you flip it, you're actually going to have to get another Black Rider out, and then because it gets revealed and added to the staging area, and so then I'm going to have to do a hide test there. So having just like one round with to help set up would be excellent, but you never know. So we'll do what we can. Nonetheless, I think we're all set up, so we are going to start this thing and get going. So, oh look. So I drew Shire Folk. All my heroes are definitely hobbits, so I'm going to lower my threat by 4. So I'm down to 21 threat. I usually play those right away. So there's that. Build a Pony can come out, and I can't do anything else right now. With Bilbo, I'm going to target this guy with Bilbo. And this guy, the Black Rider, is not immune to player card effects. So that means that I can target this guy with Bilbo. And the way that I'd symbolize that is I will just count Bilbo's 1 willpower. Okay, but he's going to get plus X where it's that enemy's threat. So basically, no matter what modifier that Black Rider gets, Bilbo's willpower is going to go up by that amount. Basically, Bilbo's going to add 1 to the quest when I quest with him, and this guy is not going to count for anything. He's still in the staging area, but his threat isn't going to count. So Bilbo's great tech in this first quest of the saga here. So I will quest with Bilbo, and then I quest with Falco usually. But here's the thing. This is 1, and this is 4. So there's not much in the encounter deck that has above 4 threat. If I want to keep this out in the first quest stage, then maybe I only quest for 4. Okay, so right now there's, again, what I explained. There's 0 in the staging area, and I'm going to just quest for 4. Maybe I'll quest with Build a Pony for 5. Okay, I need to keep some people up for a hide test. If I come across a hide test, which I will have to do a hide test at some point in this scenario, but when I do that, I will explain the rules. Okay, so let's see what I get. 1 encounter card. So, of course, the ring draws them. At the end of the phase, each enemy in the staging area engages the first player. If the 1 ring is exhausted. So here's what I'm going to do. I am going to use the resource, and I'm going to exhaust the 1 ring to cancel this effect.
Steady on.
This is the Frodo that I plan on using for the most part, because hobbits are a little, what do I want to say? They're a little weak in the hit point category. So being able to cancel these sorts of things are helpful. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to cancel this. And so when I cancel this, it goes back in the deck, and it cancels the effect of the whole card. So it doesn't get the surge, it doesn't get anything. So I'm going to shuffle. And now if I get that again, I can't cancel, I can't do anything with it. Okay, so I didn't. Okay, so this is frustrating, but nonetheless. And it says, if you have failed to hide test this phase, remove each character you control from the quest. So it's Peril and then hide 2. So this is the first time I get a hide test. And this is going to be rough already. I have to use Mary, and hide 2 means I draw 2 cards, and if my willpower is equal to or higher than the 2 cards that I flip over, I will win the hide test. Hide 2 means I have to turn over 2 cards. I'm going to hide for 2. And look, I get 2 of these. So there's no threat. I passed the hide test. So now I can resolve questing. We do 1, 3, so that's 4, 5. We did 5 versus 0. And so that's 1, 2, 3, progress, 4, 5. So bag end, boom. And I'm going to actually draw 5 cards. So this goes to the victory display. I draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and this is nice because I get Thorngill, I get sneak attack. That's going to be nice because I can then sneak attack Elrond and help with the hide test that's coming up. And so this is there. This flips and it says, when revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard player for a black rider. He reveals it. This is part of the deal. At the end of every quest stage, I'm going to have to find a black rider. So I'm going to find a black rider. And there's one right there on the top of the deck. Okay, we're going to close and shuffle. Okay, I did quest successfully. Let me finish up questing. So because I quested successfully, I get to put a damage on this black rider. So it's revealed. I can't cancel the reveal. I add it to the staging area, and then I shuffle the encounter deck. So, and then this is where the ally hate comes in, is that I have to make a hide test, and for every ally I control, it adds 1 threat. So I have to make this hide test. So I'm going to, again, turn over 2 encounter cards. I'm going to add up the threat, and then I'm going to compare it to how much I'm committing to the hide test. Okay, I'm going to shuffle the encounter deck just because I don't know if I did, and I did look at it. So, okay, so now we will, let's see, we will do this. So I will commit Falco and Frodo. So I better pass this, or else I'm going to have 2 black riders to deal with, and I don't have the ability to handle 2 black riders from the very beginning. Two. So, okay, quest, that's good. So that's 3 threat, and I add 1 because I had Build a Pony. 4 to 4. If you tie, you still win the hide test. It's only when there's more threat than your willpower committed to the hide test. So I survived so far, so this is good. I haven't failed the hide test. The Nazgul haven't come down. Black riders are still in the staging area. So I'm eluding the black riders as I am walking across the Shire here. So new turn. Oh, there's Build a Pony already. And let's see. I'm going to play Thorngill onto Mary. So I need 3. Let's see. Do I have I don't have any cancellation right now in my hand, but I'll play. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, I guess. Okay. I like to have the spirit resources in case I need cancellation. So, and I have Mary over here. Okay. So look at all of these guys. And so I sideboarded all the cards that I would want to Thorngill here. So I'll close this. When I Thorngill, I change it to an ally because then it doesn't collect a resource, and then I don't have to worry about that. So now Mary is attacking for 6, and it's this Mary that's attacking. He has a base of 1. I get this guy's ability and resource symbol. So that means his ability is he gets +1 attack for each Hobbit hero I control. I control 5 Hobbit heroes, so 5 + 1 is 6. So it's pretty wild. I'm going to sit tight, I guess, and not play any more allies. Actually, I lied. I'm going to play the Warden of Healing because I like having healing out. So that comes out. And so now I'm going to use Bilbo to target, again, this Nazgul. And then I'll quest for 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. That's 8. And there's 4 in the staging area. Okay, so hopefully I don't get another black rider. So it says, when revealed, return each Nazgul enemy to the staging area. If no enemies were returned to the staging area by this effect, ride like a gale, gain surge. So surge into a black rider. Okay. So this black rider has hide 2, so I have to do the hide 2 test right now. And I have to, because I have 2 because I have 2 allies, I have to add 2 threat to the staging area, or to the hide test. This happens right now, so I'm going to do 2, 4. And I do 2 hide tests, and I get this. So, okay, so Gildor, that's okay to see Gildor during a hide test. And I didn't quest successfully, but I didn't quest unsuccessfully, so I'm okay, right? Plus, I have all these Nazgul in the staging area. That's actually a good place for them, because then I don't have to do their hide test, and then I don't have to, like, it's easier to kind of deal with them, I feel like, if they're out in the staging area. I know that sounds strange, but that's the way I feel. Okay. So now, okay, I'm almost there. I'm going to use Unexpected Courage onto Sam. Okay, I feel like that's a good place to put it, because he can then, I can ready him and then commit him to a hide test if I need it. Okay, and then I think to help me, I'm going to use Frodo's Intuition, and that's going to give me 5 cards. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So now I'm starting to get all this. So I have Sneak Attack Gandalf, which is great. I have a Gaffer. I have Treebeard. I have the Red Book of Westmarch. So I'm starting to get to a place where I have all the toys that I need. Okay, now I'm going to keep this out because I get +1 willpower to everybody right now. Okay, so let me see what I can do. Let me see what else I can do. See, I can bring out, if I wanted to, let's see, how many hit points do these guys have? 6. Now I'm going to go to the quest phase, and I am going to do the old trope. I'm going to, and it still works amazing, I'm going to Sneak Attack Gandalf.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
And I'm going to do 4 damage. Normally I would draw cards, but I'm going to do 4 damage to this Nazgul. Okay, and now I'm going to commit 1, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait. Make sure I have it right, because I have Frodo's Intuition out there. So let's see. Let me make sure I have this right. So this is 4. This is another 2. So that's 6. That's 3. That's 9. And that's 4. So that's 13. 16. I'm going to quest for 16, and I'm up against 8 in the staging area. So I will turn over a card, and it is the Marish. So the Marish has a forced effect that says, after you fail a hide test, shuffle Nazgul enemy from the discard pile into the encounter deck. So basically it's just a way to recycle those Black Riders. Okay, so that's another 1, 2, 3. So I made 5 progress on the quest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I quested successfully, so this Black Rider is gone. I'm going to travel to the Marish, and now I'm getting to the point where I could probably think about engaging one of these guys. Not quite yet, but I'm getting there. Okay, so I will, I should bring Gandalf back into my hand, and I will start a new round. Okay, so now I have my test of will. So that's a good sign. I'm going to bring out, even though I get penalized for hide test, I'm going to still bring out Gaffer because his ability is phenomenal, especially with this scenario. And let's see. I think the other thing that I can do, because I like the attack boost, is bring out Treebeard.
Treebeard, some call me.
So let's see. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Treebeard, he's going to collect an additional resource per round. He comes into play exhausted. So now if I have a hide test, I have to add 4 threat to my hide value, but I'm feeling like that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of Frodo's intuition from last round, and now we quest. So Bilbo is going to target this Black Rider, and he's questing for 1, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to quest for 9. Yes, I'm going to quest for 9. And I'm up against 4 in the staging area. So Pathless Country, that's an extra 2 threat. 1, 2. So that's 3. I missed clearing the active location. That's okay. I did quest successfully, so I'll put a damage onto the Black Rider. And now, do I want to engage this Black Rider? That's the question. I need 10 to kill the Black Rider. I can use Gaffer to cancel his attack. And so then this guy gets attacking for 6, and he'll have 8, 9. I don't have a way to boost my attack, so I am not going to engage the Black Rider. I'm going to clean up the staging area, and it looks like I can move along. Let's see, I'm going to bring out the Red Book of Westmarch. And that's phenomenal because my hobbits will all get +1. The Red Book says to Hobbit Hero, everybody gets +1 willpower, but it's while it's committed to the quest. And then I get an extra resource. And so that provides the resource acceleration for me to be able to use Gaffer Gamgee like every round. So now it's time for questing. So definitely quest with Falco. So he's questing for 3. Bilbo for another 2. That's 5. Sam for another 4. That's 9. Gaffer for 11. The Warden for 12. I guess Frodo for 15. Okay. I'm not messing around. And so in the staging area right now is 6. And we will reveal a card. It's another Black Rider. So now I have to make a hide 2 test. And I'm already starting with 4. There. Okay, so hide 2. Okay, so I stop everything. And I have to see if I can pass the hide 2 test. Each Hobbit character gets +1. So I'm still in the quest phase. So I get +1 to my hide test. So I'm going to do a hide test, I guess, here for 3, 7, 9. I'll hide test for 9. One, 2, and so that's 2 threat plus 4 is 6, and that's no threat. Pass my hide test, and now I get to put a damage onto the Nazgul, and I did 5. I quested for 5 above and beyond, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this goes back in, and now I'm going to travel to the Pathless Country. My trek across the Shire is going slowly but surely.
This is it.
This is what?
If I take one more step, it'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been.
And I do not engage this guy, one of these guys, this time around because I won't be able to kill it. So, okay. So next round. Okay, so I get a Dagger of Westernness. So for the Dagger of Westernness, I'll put that on to Mary, and I'm going to use his resource. I forgot I quested successfully, so I would have gotten an extra resource because of the Red Book of Westmarch. So now I'm going to bring out Gandalf.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
And I'm going to kill this Black Rider. And I'm doing this during planning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so Gandalf came out, and now I can target another Black Rider. So, quest 3, 5, 9, 11, 14. I'm going to leave Gandalf up because I think I'm going to want to defend and use stuff to be able to defend and get rid of these Black Riders. Okay, so first, card. It's the Crows. Okay, that's wonderful. So this is also contingent on failing a hide test, or actually just performing a hide test. So there's the Crow. That adds another 2. So I had 6. Okay, so that's 6 and 14, so I made 8 progress. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I just barely make it. Okay, so I'm going to add Buckleberry Ferry to the staging area and flip over the quest card. It says, when revealed, the first player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for Black Rider. Reveal it. Cannot be canceled. Adds to the staging area. Shuffle the encounter deck. If you fail the hide test, you do stuff. And it says, response, after a player makes a successful hide test, place X progress on a non-unique location in play. So this is going to be the fun part, is that I am at the end here. And so now I'm just going to double check. But I'm fairly certain that I got all the Black Riders out of the deck. Oh, there's a Black Rider. Missed that guy. So he comes out. Make hide 2. So I have to commit people to the hide 2. So I'm going to commit. Oh, I did quest successfully. Let me make sure that I do that. Quest successfully. Let me make sure that I do all the things that I need to do because I quested successfully. Nope. Okay. So hide 2. So I will do I think I'm still in the quest phase. I mean, I'm not sure if it's the end of the round, because if it's the end of the round, then I don't but I think I'm still in the quest phase, and not at the end of the round, because I just placed progress and now I advance, and so I still think I'm part of that quest phase. But I'm going to play it safe, and I'm just going to say that he is worth 3 for hide test, and then I'll hide test with Treebeard for another 2. So that's 5 for a hide test. So, and I get 2 threat. Do I have to add anything? I do not need to add anything to the hide test. Oh, I got that. I have to add 1. I have to add it. So it's hide 3. So I'll do another 3. So that's 4. And I did a hide test for 5. So I think I did actually a hide test for 6. But so I was successful in my hide test. Normally I would travel, but I can't travel here because it's hide 3. I just don't have the ability to do that sort of craziness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to engage the crow, and I'm going to engage this Black Rider. By engaging that Black Rider, that readies Sam. I'm now going to deal shadow cards. And by doing that, I'm going to bring Gaffer back into my hand. And that cancels this attack. And I'm going to actually defend this attack because I don't want it to go undefended. And there's a lot of weird shadow cards that can happen that, you know, if this attack is undefended. So I'm going to defend that with, I guess, Bill the Pony. Oh yeah, here we go. No shadow effect. So that I'm good. So Bill doesn't take any damage. This guy is alive, so now I'm going to get rid of shadow cards. And now, let's see, what can I do? I'm going to attack with Gandalf and Mary. Mary is attacking for 8. Gandalf for 4, so this guy dies. And I'm going to use Mary's ability to ready somebody who helped attack, and I will kill the evil crow. So now I look at the what I got going on. I could do Peace and Thought, but nah, I'm not going to. I think it's a waste at this point. So I'm going to add this. So I need to be able to do hide tests. Gandalf is done. So I'm going to bring out Gaffer for 2. That's the beauty of the Red Book of Westmarch. Man, bring Gaffer out every round. That's the resource acceleration you're looking for. I think I just want to kind of quest neutral. So there's 7 here in the staging. I guess I will bring out an honor guard. So I can spend here and spend here. I will bring out Fellowship of the Ring.
9 companions. So be it. You shall be the Fellowship of the Ring.
Each of my heroes gets +1 willpower. And so now everybody has a ton of willpower for hide tests. And that makes me feel pretty good. So let's see. That's 4. That's 3. Again, Bilbo's going to target this guy. And 5 is 12. I think that's all I need. Because I don't need to make any progress on this quest card. I just need to get through with enough to be able to pass a hide test. Okay. So let's do this. And Green Hill Country. Okay, so that's 2 threat. So I'm going to put 3 progress on the active location. I do that in case I have to remove progress or something stupid. What do we do? I think we have to travel. Okay. We travel to the... oh, wait. We finished. I always have to do this here. So I'm going to put a damage here. I'm going to exhaust, and that puts a resource here. Now I'm going to travel to this, and I'm going to engage this guy. Okay. So by engaging that guy, okay, I'm going to... That readies Sam. Sam gets a bonus, but that's not going to matter too much. So now I'm going to deal a shadow card. I'm going to bring Gaffer back into my hand. So that cancels the attack. Now I have to do 10. So I'm going to do 8. 12. And the Nazgul are done. Already Treebeard just because of Mary's ability. And now I will go to the next round. I just want to be able to get through to the Buckleberry Ferry. Okay, so I will put out Gaffer. That's going to be the thing that I'm going to do all the time here. I will put out Quick Beam with Treebeard's resources. I will ready Quick Beam and use the Warden of Healing to heal him right away. Can't use the Honor Guard to do that because if you prevent the damage, that doesn't allow, you have to pay the one. So if the damage gets canceled, you're actually not paying the one. You have to actually heal the damage in that case. Okay, so now what do we do? We just have to quest through this thing. There's 3 in the staging area. Okay, 3. Okay, and I do have a Test of Will. So I will quest with Bilbo for 3, and Falco for 4, and I guess Frodo for another 4. So 3, 4, and 4 is 11, and there's 3 in the staging area. So I'll reveal. Okay, so I have to do a hide test. So I have to do the Doomed. Okay, and it says starting with the last player. That's me. Starting with the last player. Okay, so I'm going to keep going around. Everybody has to make a hide test. So I hide 2. I don't have the crows out there. I don't have anything that adds to making the hide test out there. Let's just double check here. So I get +1 while committed to the hide test because of the Green Hill Country. So look, I will hide for, because this is in the quest phase. So this is 4, 5. Sam is is hiding for 6, and Gaffer will hide for 2, 3, so that's 9. We're hiding for 9. So that's 3, and 3 is 6. So I pass the hide test, and that's good. So 3 versus 11. Let me, I quest successfully. So I make 8. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this goes, Green Hill Country goes by. I put a damage onto the Black Rider. I exhaust the Red Book and give myself a resource. And now I am going to travel to the Buckleberry Ferry. And that means that I have to make a hide 3 test.
That Black Rider was looking for something. Or someone. Frodo? Get down!
I have to leave the Shire. Sam and I must get debris.
Right. Buckleberry Ferry. Follow me.
who can I ready? I can't ready anybody. And I'm just going to use Mary because this is the travel phase. I'm not committed to the quest anymore, so I'm only getting +1 from the Fellowship of the Ring contract. So that's 3, not contract, but the card. Attachment, that's what it's called. So this will be 3, then Sam will be 4. That's 7. Treebeard will be 9. Quick Beam will be 11, I guess, just to make sure, because you never know what's going on. Okay, so I hid for 11, and there's only 2 in the staging area, so that means that I successfully am able to travel here. And now all I have to do is put Buckleberry Ferry into the... It's not a victory. I just have to be able to explore it. Now, do I try to kill the Nazgul? That's the question. Can I kill the Nazgul? I don't think so. I need 2 things to be able to do it. I did travel, so I will put the Curious Brandybuck into play. Which, again, great card from the beginning of the game. Love it. Okay, let's do it. Control N. Oh, I finally see my Fast Hitch. I haven't seen a Rosie Cotton, but it's fine. Fast Hitch definitely goes on to Mary, and Falco Boffin here, and I have resources and things to burn. I will, just because I will put another honor guard out, and now I just have to be able to get through all of this and get 9 progress, and life will be good. So I will, I guess, YOLO quest. So that'll be 4, 8, 11. Then 5 is 16. And another 4 is 20, 22, 24, 27. I will quest for 27 and leave some characters up for hide tests. So that's 27. And I get a Piercing Cry. Search the encounter deck and discard power. Either add it to the staging area or put it into play directly engaged. So just because I'm trying to be good about this, I'm going to cancel that. So now I put 9 onto this, and I have won the scenario. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to now fill out my campaign log, and I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to say, it says resolution, choose Gandalf's Delay or the Ring Draws Them and add it to the campaign pool. Then choose Gildor and Glorian or Mr. Underhill and add that to the campaign pool. The chosen cards have been earned by the players. So I am going to pick Mr. Underhill. And then I'm going to pick Gandalf's Delay. I have found, as I've been playing the scenario, I would love to use the other burden because you can just cancel it. You're not going to see it all the time. But it's just not worth the bad draw. And there's so much card draw in my deck that I feel that I can overcome Gandalf's Delay. Now, the idea with Mr. Underhill is that Mr. Underhill, I need to be able to cancel something in case I get a bad draw from the very beginning. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So nothing was removed from the campaign pool on quest resolution, and in this case, I never earned Gildor Inglorian, and I never earned the ring draws them. Okay, and so now for the next scenario, I have all my boons and burdens right here ready to go. The last thing that I want to do is I'll put the date played. Today is May 18th, and my final score for the scenario is, if you can Control C, look, I have 110 because it took me several rounds. I feel like I could zip through this in a couple more rounds, but 110 is fine. Okay, so my final score is 110. So that's it. On to the Old Forest, and have a great day, everybody.